Hello, today we're going to make some Spanish rice. Our ingredients are some of my own mirepoix mix, which is onion, celery, and green peppers. I got 2 pounds of ground chuck. Got 4 cubes of chicken bouillon. I've got 1 large can of diced tomatoes that I've drained the juice. And I've got 3 cups of the tomato, what juice was off the tomatoes, plus the rest is water. I have a cup and a half of rice. Has some vegetable oil for cooking. And I have garlic powder, chili powder, salt, pepper, cumin, and onion powder. And I'm going to put a little bit of that seasoning as we go and about as we cook. The first step we're doing is we're going to brown our ground beef. This ground beef's really lean, so I sprayed my pan. I'm using my iron skillet. I also have my mirepoix mix in there. I'm going to cook it until the meat is brown, and I'm going to add some of my seasoning right now. I'll put a little salt, black pepper, some chili powder, some onion powder, some garlic powder, and a little bit of ground cumin. Now you really don't have to use the meat for your Spanish rice. You can just have it as a side dish, but I'm going to go ahead and put meat in it, and that way we can make it our main course. And so, like I said, I just want to let you know that you don't necessarily have to put the meat in with this recipe. Okay, well now while my meat is cooking, I've got my stock pot, and I put just enough vegetable oil in the bottom of cover the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to pour my cup and a half of rice in there. Make sure I've got enough oil to kind of coat it good. We're going to brown it. I think I've got plenty of oil. And I always like to layer the seasoning. So I'll put some more chili powder in there. Salt. Black pepper. Onion powder. Garlic powder, and a little bit of cumin. And we're just going to cook that rice until it browns a little bit. And then we'll go on to our next step. Try to spread it out where I have good contact with the bottom of my pan. Let that get going. I'll check my meat. It's starting to brown. Let that go some more. Check our rice. And not quite started cooking yet. It will get hot. I'm going ahead and trying to cut up some of my vegetables, especially the peppers. They're kind of big. It's also a good idea to do this because sometimes kids don't like the big chunks of veggies, so the smaller they are, the less likely they'll notice them. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my tomatoes to that mixture. I'm going to try to let this cook and get some of this liquid reduced down, because I don't really want to add extra liquid to the rice once it gets to cooking. So I'm going to turn it up pretty high so it'll evaporate some of that liquid. And I'm going to add a few more of my seasoning too. We're going to check our rice. That's smelling good. It's got like a nutty flavor or nutty aroma to it. I think our rice is about where we need it to be. It's slightly brown. So now I'm going to add my liquid. Just 3 cups liquid. We'll stir that a little bit. I want to be careful because that was really hot and I about got steam burned. I'll add my 4 cubes of bouillon. And bring that back up to a boil and let it cook. Now you can use beef bouillon or you can use vegetable stock or chicken stock or beef stock. You know, you don't have to use the chicken bouillon. Just, you know, if you got some in your freezer that you've saved from, you know, use that. Okay, I'm gonna put the top on my rice and turn it down to a simmer. I'm going to let my meat and tomato mixture reduce. And then we'll add that at the end to the rice. Okay, my rice is done and my meat is reduced down. Most of the liquid's gone out of that. And I've turned them both off, so I'm going to go ahead and add my meat to my rice. Stir. And there you have Spanish rice. Now towards the end, when I was finishing up my meat mixture, I added a couple of tablespoons of brown sugar to kind of balance out the acidity from the tomatoes. And so just remember that. You know, when you have tomatoes, it's always good to put a little sugar in there to kind of balance out the acidity. And I hope you like this recipe. If you do, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.